The wind howled like a starved beast, throwing sheets of rain against the old house. Sarah huddled on the sofa, a thin blanket pulled up to her chin, watching the skeletal branches of the oak tree writhe against the bruised purple sky. Each clap of thunder was a physical blow, shaking the very foundations of her sanctuary, making the floorboards groan and the windows rattle in their frames. Then, with a final apologetic flicker, the lights died. The sudden, suffocating darkness was absolute, broken only by the strobing electric glare of the storm outside. The familiar comfort of her home vanished, replaced by an unnerving silence that felt heavier and more menacing than the thunder had. It was a silence that listened. A new sound began to weave itself into the rhythm of the storm. At first, it was barely audible. A faint, sibilant hiss that she might have mistaken for the wind whistling through a crack in the window frame. But it grew, coalescing into something more distinct. Whispers, dozens of them, overlapping and incoherent, like a crowd murmuring just outside her door. They seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once, slithering out of the shadows in the corners of the room. Her heart hammered against her ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the symphony of the storm. A brilliant fork of lightning tore across the sky, illuminating the world in a stark, monochromatic flash. In that split second, framed in the rain-streaked glass of the living room window, she saw it. A face, long and distorted, its features twisted in a silent, agonized scream, was staring in at her. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, it was gone, swallowed by the returning darkness. Panic seized her. Scrambling from the sofa, she fled from the living room, her bare feet slapping against the cold wooden floor of the hallway. The whispers followed, growing louder, closer, echoing down the narrow passage behind her. She didn't dare look back. Another flash of lightning lit the hallway, and her blood ran cold. There, at the far end, a figure was taking shape. It was tall and impossibly thin, a column of deeper blackness against the shadows, its form indistinct and wavering like heat haze. It wasn't walking or running. It was drifting, gliding silently and smoothly over the floorboards, its movement unnatural and horrifyingly serene. The whispers now seemed to emanate directly from it, a vortex of tormented voices swirling around its nebulous form as it floated inexorably towards her, gasping for breath, her mind a maelstrom of terror. Sarah yanked open the nearest door and threw herself inside the cramped confines of the hall closet. She pulled the door shut, plunging herself into a darkness even more profound than before. She pressed her back against the hanging coats, muffling her ragged sobs with her hand, praying it hadn't seen her. The house fell silent again. The storm, the whispers, everything ceased. For a moment, a sliver of hope dared to bloom in her chest. Then, a slow, deliberate creak echoed from the other side of the door. An impossibly thin line of light appeared as the closet door began to inch open. Through the widening gap, two pinpricks of pale, phosphorescent light ignited in the hallway's gloom. They were eyes, ancient and malevolent, and they were staring directly at her.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a twist. Stay tuned to Reddit Tales Times for your daily dose of drama, laughs, and unbelievable stories.